Hey guys, welcome back to CALLOUS Draft League Week 2 action. This is one of the 1v1s from the team draft, one of the team drafts that I covered this week. We've got Bokk and we've got Plzzazz, respectively. If you guys want to see how we got here in their draft, and it was a pretty wild one, there is a link to that draft in the description. I remember during the draft I was pretty back and forth as to who I thought would win this, and I think I ultimately picked Bokk reluctantly, but I don't feel tremendously confident in that prediction. Either way, this one, they both have pretty big threats for the other, and it's going to be a slugfest. I cannot imagine this is going to be one of the longer games that I cover in this round, but let's find out. Here we go. Bokk's on the bottom, Plzzazz or Plzzazz, either or, on the top. Making sand immediately with the T-Tar lead, and then Protect is going to scout to see if it is CB Tauros or not, and if it is CB Tauros, what move does he lock on? He doesn't have lefties, so that probably means that he is in fact choice banded, and anything there would have been protected against, but in this case it just ends up being Toxic. So P2, generally a pretty reasonable counter other than getting hit with Toxic, into the Flygon because it traces Levitate and then is EQ immune. Ice Beam there, the damage is whatever on Ludi, but the 10% immediate freeze, potentially relevant, but all's well that ends well, thaws out quickly, gets a Rain Dance off. Sludge Bomb there also gets its added effect, so Plzzazz, pretty good with that. Toxic is either forgetting that Venusaur is a poison type that can't be toxic, or I guess predicting a switch. But either way, it misses and does nothing, and the advantage probably remains at this moment with Plzzazz, though he does miss Leech Seed here. Earthquake comes up short, but now Sleep Powder is going to miss as well, so certainly some RNG going both ways in the early stages of this one, but the first knockout goes the way of Bokk by way of KOing the Venusaur. Starmie comes in, Hydro Pump, pretty big chunk, 66%. And Porygon 2, again, showing how useful the trace ability is. This time tracing Volt Absorb. The sand actually got removed because of the Rain Dance earlier, and that ended up saving the Jolteon there. Had sand still been in play, would have gone down, but alas, manages to survive. And now we've got Paralyzed Ludicolo against Seeded Regice. P2 returns, that is still paralyzed from before. And Rain Dance again. Leech Seed and Recover. Is that a misclick? I don't know what he was anticipating. I guess he was worried about rain-boosted Surf, I guess. But Regice is going to handle anything that Ludicolo can throw at it. And Flygon going to fodder itself here to Ice Beam. Blaziken comes in for the first time. Subbing up, hoping that Regice either switches or clicks T-Wave, but neither of those occurs. Is just Thunderbolt. Substitute again, however. See if he has anything that actually hits Starmie. Focus Punch will be resisted, but it'll still do a decent chunk. More than decent, in fact, 53%. But without the sub, of course, can't reliably do that again. Though Hydro Pump could have missed, but wouldn't risk it if I were Bokk. Goes to Ludicolo, gets met with the Regice immediately. Leech Seed connects through the accuracy and the paralysis. And we just get a boom, which, yeah, Regice's attack stat is pretty bad. Not the world's greatest boom, but it does set up this sequence where he can fish for paras a number of times if that's what he wants to do. And Bokk is not comfortable staying in and pushing the issue, so after attacking through para just one time is going to pull it back. Does get Intimidate off, and perhaps that does end up being a factor in Plzzazz's decision to pull it back. And Porygon 2 does not survive the second return, so Bokk with the 5-3 advantage make that 4-3 advantage as the Tauros goes down. Last Poke previously unrevealed Mence comes in, gets immediately Ice Beamed, but it survives and Dragon Dances up, and that could potentially be the ball game. He would have needed to kill Starmie there. I believe it sweeps if it manages to kill Starmie there, but perhaps he put so much in the bulk in order to survive things like that Ice Beam that he gave up just a little too much attack. Otherwise, I think he had a shot to win. Blaziken here is going to try to win, but I think now the Aerodactyl is going to be able to clean it up. There's just nothing you can do to stop a couple hidden powers here. Ludicolo, when it's paralyzed, certainly can't do anything. And 2 hidden powers later, critical hit there, irrelevant. It is going to be a Plzzazz victory. Like I said, close game, almost purely offensive game, and was never going to be a marathon. Pretty much them just going blow for blow and throwing punches back and forth throughout the game. But it is going to be Plzzazz who has both the arrow tower combo and a bunch of bolt beam spam into an opponent who does not have fantastic answers for those things, and ultimately it ends up being enough. So he's going to get the victory here and earn a point for his team. The blue team? Yeah, they're actually blue. The blue team. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots more of these to come. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.